Hello, I'm Dr. Fariha Shaikh.
And I'm Professor Rebecca Mitchell.
And together we're the new co-editors of Victorian Literature and Culture. We are delighted to be taking on this new role. This is the first time that the journal is coming to the UK, and we're absolutely thrilled.
We thought we'd make a brief video to introduce ourselves to you all and to talk a little bit about our aims and hopes for the journal. Right, so to talk a little bit about our research interests. My earliest publications focused on what was then quite a significant turn in Victorian studies, considering the role of empathy, or in my case, the difficulty and even impossibility of empathy, arising in realist fiction and paintings. And since then, I've focused on textual editing, especially the works of George Meredith and now Oscar Wilde. I'm one of the co-editors of the final volumes of the Oxford English Text edition of the complete works of Oscar Wilde, on whom I've also published broadly. And I am also a specialist in Victorian fashion and attending fad culture. And I'm currently working on a monograph on Victorian fads.
That's amazing, Rebecca. Thank you for that. I'm a scholar, broadly speaking, of the British Empire and its literary legacies. I have a particular interest in settler colonialism. My first monograph looked at the kinds of literary entanglements of settler colonialism and how settler colonialism was a textual product just as much as a material and lived one as well. I'm kind of taking that interest broader and kind of slightly further afield to consider what we might mean when we talk about global Victorians or global Victorian literature, and seeing kind of really where those ideas around kind of global literature might sit alongside world literature.
You're looking at Canadian periodicals too, aren't you?
I am, yes. I've actually just completed a chapter that's coming out for the Edinburgh Companion for colonial periodicals.
Right, so what are we most looking forward to? We're very lucky to be taking over the journal at a point when it is in excellent shape under the helm of Rachel Ablow and Danny Hack, to whom we are extremely grateful for their extraordinary editorial work over the past many years. They did some important field-defining work through the keyword issues in particular that bookended their editorship, defining the terms that are relevant for our field today.
Yeah, so thank you, Danny and Rachel, for leaving us with the journal in such a strong position. We're very, very grateful to you. But I guess one of the reasons why I wanted to take on the journal was to be mindful about many things. I think that it's a really positive thing to see so much discussion taking place in mainstream Victorian studies around issues of diversity and inclusiveness, and I think that one of the things that I think we're both very mindful of actually is thinking about those hierarchies of academic gatekeeping and how we might begin to kind of dismantle and think through those barriers.
Yeah, we're also excited because of the journal's shift to online publication, which was something that has been in the pipeline for a number of years now. But this means we have different affordances, different things we can do in terms of publication length, article format, and style. So we're looking forward to expanding some of the remit of the journal in terms of the ways that we can communicate these ideas.
No, absolutely, Rebecca, I agree. And I think in moving towards those forms that are slightly more experimental, slightly more playful, I think that we are looking to increase the reach of our journal as well, to reach a broader number of people who are working in the field.
So that might mean shorter form pieces, interviews, review essays,
roundtables, clusters.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I think it's a really exciting moment to conceptualize what the journal might do for us, for you, and yeah, we're really, really excited about the directions that it's going to take.
Right, so thinking of special issues, we do have a number that are already in the pipeline.
Yeah, so we've got two amazing special issues that are in the pipeline. We have Vernacular Victoria, which is a really exciting volume looking at multilingualism in India, and what I think that adds such a whole new texture to the field of multilingualism in conversation with Victorian studies. And then we've got an equally exciting special issue coming out this year on infrastructure, and again, a really, really important volume that I think will be of interest to a great number of people working in the field.
Right, and on that note, we'd like to end by encouraging anyone who's watching or reading this today, if you have ideas for special issues or clusters, if you think about anything in the back catalogue of Victorian Literature and Culture that might be worth bringing to the fore anew, please don't hesitate to get in touch with us.
Absolutely. We are more than delighted to hear from you. Our email address is victorianlitandculture@gmail.com, and we also have social media profiles, so give us a follow. On Twitter, we're at VLC Journal, and we have a Facebook page, Victorian Literature and Culture. So please follow us and get in touch with us via any of those channels. We are more than happy to hear from you. If you would like to submit an article, then you can do so via the Scholar One platform, which is available through the Cambridge University Press's website.